Gladys had her chance. She had the floor, and she was ready to explain uh, some of what she, given her perspective of a retired or a long-term veteran schoolmarm, uh, was ready to say. She said, "Okay, let's look at this list. In the first place, one of those words is cursive, and I want to say that the penmanship is superb. This Whoever wrote that out must have been maybe a school teacher. I'm guessing a first grade school teacher because those letters are superb, and the fact that one of them is in cursive is remarkable. And why would that be? Well, a couple reasons. Cursive is a way of indicating italics. And why would you ever write anything in italics? If you would write it if it were a foreign language, then you would put it in italics. And that word hospes, hospes, I guess it is, being in italics, that's probably a foreign language. Now, if you look that up, and I did, you're not going to find anything satisfactory. But Middle English is also now a foreign language. And in Middle English, HOSPS meant guest and it meant host. It meant two things. It's like the word, remember, this is Gladys talking as schoolmarm. She said, for example, the word girl, back in the Middle English, could be a boy. It meant it meant a young person of either sex. I think back then they spelled it Gurle or something like that. And so things have changed. So HOSPES, it's one of those classic examples to teach how language has changed. What's ever happened to the appreciation of etymology? She said, all right, that was one thing. She said another thing. Some of these words, the rest of the words, they've got backslashes. Well, that indicates a spelling for pronunciation. And I think it's, what do you call it? I can't think what it's called. Artok writing. That's what I think it is. I can read Artok writing. It's easy. And that first one, KWORDER, kworder, just think what you're saying. That's the word that we spell now as quarter. QWARTER, quarter. That's the way we spell it. But what we say it is kworder. And there's another one there, Wejiz. Capital W, that's important. EGIZ. That's with the backslashes. And by the way, if you, dear listeners, I guess if you go on to, if you look under the comments, I've got this list, if you don't have it already, if you want to see it. Wedges. All right, it's capitalized. Now that means either it's starting a sentence or it's a proper noun. Wedges. Now in standard English that could be plural, because in I keep forgetting the word for it. In that Artok spelling, they don't use an apostrophe for possession. It could be wedge has something, or it could be plural. Wedges, they're plural. The fact that it's capitalized could be the start of a sentence, or it could be somebody's name. Now, didn't somebody say that this whole thing was a result of some guy named Wejiz sending it out as the Holy Grail. So she explained that. What else did she say? There was more, but I frankly I can't remember at the moment. I'll have to think about it because there was more. And this was Gladys the Schoolmarm trying to explain things that otherwise might have been missed by the group.